let's not make it harder on agents because of something that they can't control. I can't control your bathroom not being foggy right before a showing. I can't control that. Let's keep it real. So, sellers, we can tell when you really want to sell your house, and we can tell when you really don't. Hey guys, welcome to Real Scope in Real Estate. I'm Tashea McDougald, and this is episode 2. I am super excited that you guys decided to join us today and just listen in on what happened this week with me and what's been going on and what's happening in this market with sellers. So today we are going to go in on sellers that are not ready to sell. How about that one, guys? Sellers that are not ready to sell. What is going on? Can you guys imagine a seller saying, hey, I need to sell my house. I want to sell my house. Come sell my house. We get prepared as agents to fix the house to make sure it's ready to sell. We prepare the paperwork. Now, if you guys heard the last episode, I talked about how much paperwork goes into preparing an offer, but you have no idea in preparing seller paperwork, it's more detail. We need to go over disclosures. Is there anything wrong with the property? Anything we need to disclose to buyers? We need to make sure, depending upon the state, we have certain county disclosures. So there's a lot of paperwork when it comes to listing a home. Not only that, but we're also getting the description ready and prepared for the house. We're getting photography paid for by us and prepared for the house, staging prepared for the house if it's needed, and signage, flyers, brochures, and this is all in pre-marketing phase. So before you list a house, we are pre-marketing your house, getting it ready, showing it and blasting it to agents on social media, doing so much work before it's even listed. And that's what we do. We go above and beyond on the team. We make sure we take care of our listings all the same way, no matter what price point it's in. So imagine getting all of this done. We are now live. We are live and ready to show. Now, one thing I don't understand is when sellers need to sell, they make it difficult to sell. How? Just by the first thing that happens. We get a showing request as soon as we hit the market. Can you guys imagine what the seller does? The seller says, no, tell them to reschedule the time. I'm not ready. Oh, you're not ready. Why are you not ready? The house is not clean. Or that time doesn't work for me. I need more heads up. 2 hours, 3 hours is not enough heads up. Now, don't get me wrong, agents. Some agents be requesting showings like 30 minutes before the request or an hour before the request. You need to give people some time. Give people, at least a 2-hour heads up that you want to see a house. 2 hours, we set that expectation ahead of time. So understand, this seller already understands they're going to get heads up of the showing request. And because right now it's October 2022, the market is leaning towards buyers, the sellers have no time to decline a showing. Because imagine that buyer may just be in town that day, that time, and may not be available another day and time. Imagine that, sellers. Imagine that this is the offer. This is the one. This is the one that's going to give you an offer, but they need to see the house first. And you just said no. Now there goes that potential buyer. Do you see that? How sellers say they want to sell, but they make it impossible to sell. And now we just missed out on a possible winner. And now we're back on trying to, continue our hard marketing to get buyers to the door. The only thing sellers have to do is keep that house showing ready. That's it. Keep the house showing ready. Be ready to step outside the house and allow someone 30 minutes to show it. Just be ready. But so many times, sellers are not ready. Seller's house. Now, let's say they are ready as far as letting the appointment follow through. Why is it that the house is not ready? Why is it that laundry is on the floor? Sellers, y'all got to do better, especially when you expect the buyer to walk through and fall in love with your house. You expect the buyer to invest in the biggest investment that they're going to invest in, and you expect them to fall in love and just want to place that offer. It's not going to happen, guys. It's not going to happen. So that only leads to me feeling like, okay, this seller is not serious about selling. The seller is wasting not only their time, but they're wasting our time. Sellers, if you want to sell, be ready. Clean that house. How did you feel when you first purchased your house? Take it back. What did you expect when you first walked in a house to place an offer on? Because I know that if I'm purchasing a house, I need to walk in and it needs to smell good. It needs to look clean. I need to be able to envision myself in this house. So, sellers, if that is you and you're never ready to allow a showing, change it today. Sellers, if your house is not staged ready, clean, up, showing ready, change that today. Don't make it hard on agents to sell your house. We're already faced with the market. We're already faced with constant marketing and ads and putting out and pushing forth great photography and videos. We're already dealing with that part of things. But let's not make it harder on agents because of something that they can't control. I can't control your bathroom not being foggy right before a showing. I can't control that. Let's keep it real. So, sellers, we can tell when you really want to sell your house, and we can tell when you really don't. We can tell. We can tell. And it has to stop. If you're not ready to sell, don't hire a realtor and have us prepare only for you to cause it to make it impossible to sell. And then you blame it on the realtor. Okay, guys, can you imagine that? The seller is doing everything in their strength to not make it sell. Like the bathroom is a mess, the kitchen's a mess, you got dishes in the sink, the counter is dirty. I walk in, there is clothes on the floor. There's, what else did I walk into with some of my sellers? I mean, just this week, let's talk about this week with this seller. Just this week, the animals weren't put up, so we couldn't show the house because the buyers didn't like cats and they were like scared of cats. And they didn't put their cat in the crate that they had for the cat. They weren't ready for the showing. They said, "Oh, I'm not home. We didn't put the cat away." So we couldn't show. So that was this week. But in my experience of 11 years, the things that I've mentioned has been things that, sellers have done. And it just needs to stop. It makes our job harder. We are in this to help you sell your home because you have something you need to move forward with, right? Why do sellers need to sell? Maybe they can't afford their mortgage anymore. Maybe they're moving out of the state. Maybe they want to downgrade. Maybe they need to upgrade, right? Maybe They're tired of home ownership, right? There's a reason why a seller says, I need to sell. Not I want to sell, but I need to sell, right? So help us help you. Okay. I am super excited about this podcast, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I will check you guys later.